All right, guys, welcome back to the All Caught Up podcast with Garrett, Westen, and Parker. And today, we don't know what we're talking about yet.
That's not true.
What
We know about a lot of things we're talking about. Like, I met a man at the gas station.
Okay, tell me about the man at the gas station.
Did I actually thought I told you. Did I tell one of you about this already?
No, I hadn't heard nothing about this.
So, I was leaving here on, what was it, Friday, right? And I had the rollback because I was going to the ranch to pick something up. And I pulled up to the Casey's gas station, and this badass 8-lug Suburban pulls up, pulling a trailer, right? And the guy gets out. He's like, no way, no shot. And I got to talking to him. He drove 185 miles out of his way to go to Burger Station.
Because of our video?
Yes.
Seriously?
He was a fan of ours. He
Dude,
drove 180.
that is 185 miles well spent.
No, it wasn't, because Burger Station was out of burgers.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. That's diabolical.
It was. They ran out of meat by that time, and he called the number, and he's like, "Yeah, I couldn't get any burgers, so I'm gonna have to come back." He was all the way from Houston. But what was funny is, you know who he was? I got to talking to the guy, and he worked at NASA, worked at the Kennedy Space Center, and then he was in IT, and he was the guy that live streams all of the Oshkosh Air Show.
So what you're saying is he could put a Burger Station burger
No,
in space.
No. What I'm telling you is, maybe. The guy seemed really smart. But he was pulling this enclosed trailer, and he popped open the enclosed trailer, and there was a golf cart in there with a Starlink and like 4 different cameras and like a swivel mount on the top. And he used this golf cart to chase airplanes down the runway while live streaming. Super
Seriously?
cool. Yeah, cool dude. He was very cool. And what was funny is he's like, I can't believe that I literally just rolled into Winfield because I've seen your videos and I want to get a Burger Station burger and you're at the gas station.
Well,
Yep.
what you don't know is that's actually the best place to find Weston.
Yeah.
Is all the eating establishments are like, I'm shocked to see you.
Well, no,
you really shouldn't be.
I was at Casey's. But I was getting a piece of pizza. But though he was super cool. And the thing is what was actually really cool about it is I really wanted to go to the Oshkosh Air Show
Yes.
and didn't get the opportunity to. So I was watching the live stream, and I didn't realize I was watching his live stream.
So just in case you guys don't know, the Oshkosh Air Show is like the biggest air show in the world, and also it has like the biggest variety from old to new airplanes. That's a cool plane.
You see that? See that right there? That's Doc. That is one of 2 still flyable B-29s in the world.
What makes a B-29 so special?
B-29s were mostly used in the Pacific during World War II because they could travel really, really big distances. And also, B-29s are what dropped the nuclear bombs.
What is an interesting World War II fact that you'd like to share in 5 minutes or less? And it's going to be battleships, I bet.
The United States Navy had a whole ship dedicated to making ice cream.
Oh, I've heard about this. This is how Japan knew that there was no way to win the war, because they had a whole ship for ice cream.
Whole ship for ice cream. It was an old concrete ship. They used it to mix concrete, and they somehow modified it to make ice cream with it, and they'd make ice cream with this ship. And that's the only thing it did, is it made ice cream.
That's it.
Yeah. So imagine
Could you
you're fighting a war against
yes.
someone.
Can you imagine that you, like the biggest war in human civilization, and you're a soldier, and you're on the ice cream truck. You're on the ice cream ship.
You're on the ice cream boat.
And then you get home, and then your family's like, "Oh, thank God you made it back." What was you doing?
Vanilla.
Ice cream. Making ice
Vanilla.
cream. Yep, vanilla.
Sometimes chocolate.
Soft serve.
Got crazy one night. We did Twisted. We did half and half. No, it was, I don't know. World War II is just really interesting. I think I've reached that point where, like, I get up at, like, 3 a.m. and I can't sleep, so I just watch World War II documentaries.
So here's the thing
I know
about
I'm getting old.
When you get to a certain age, around 28, 29, you have to pick a hobby. And that's either World War II history, barbecuing, or that's barbecuing or World War II history? There's another one.
Probably golf.
Yeah, golf. Oh, sports, barbecue, or World War II history.
Yep.
Lawn care.
Oh, lawn care. Lawn care is another
God.
good.
So, guys, did I mention on the last podcast that I had to move because my address got leaked?
Yeah.
So the new house I'm at, right?
Did you ever tell them about the raccoons? Did that ever make it in an episode?
Guys, I don't mean to be dramatic here when I say this, but someone broke into my house.
Weston, I'm the one that can tell this because I was the one that was laying there.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Different. What breaking you talking about?
I'm talking about when the raccoons come to the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I was talking about the guy with the knife.
Oh, no,
Anyway,
you're talking about the guy that
we'll-
actually broke into the
We're
house.
talking about that a different time.
Yeah, that was a different time. But I was sitting there, I was laying there at like 2 in the morning, and it sounded like a disco party going off in the ceiling. And the house next door to my old house is vacant because, well, a tree fell on it, and half of it's crushed in. And a family of raccoons live there. And they must have looked across the yard and was like, damn, that house over there, that place is the shit. I like that.
Not only that, but these raccoons are freaking huge.
They're
they're eating
this
good.
big around. They're this big around.
I don't know how they can sneak in anything. They're too fast.
Oh, no. So anyway, I'm sitting there at 2 a.m., and I get woken up. I'm like, what in the hell is that noise? It sounds like a disco party's going off upstairs, right? And the way this house is, it's a single story with an attic, right? So I'm like, what is that going on? Well,
What
anyway.
kind of sounds are they making?
Oh, it was just like, like, and you heard skittering and all this. I'm like, what the hell? And I take ChatGPT out. I'm like, what noise is this? And they're like, that sounds like raccoons or something like that. It literally told me. I'm like, okay. So I went outside, and there was a storm the day before, and a tree limb had fallen off that big tree next to the house and poked a hole in the roof. And I'd boarded it up, but in the middle of me boarding it up, there were 6 raccoons in the attic. So they'd gotten in there, and I'd put a board over the roof, and they couldn't get out. So I trapped them. So I took the board back off so they could get back to their hole to get out. And it was like one of those things you had to catch it just perfect. You had to catch them at the perfect time that they weren't in there to put the board back on, right? And every time I'd put the board back on, one would be left. So I'd take it off. And finally, after about 2 weeks of these damn raccoons being in the ceiling, they all left one night, and I put the board back on at like 4 in the morning, and then boom, I evicted my raccoon neighbors. And then you know what they did? Them little dirty bastards tried to break in to the basement. They knocked the window out of the basement, and they got in the basement. And then we're sitting there, and I can hear this little bastard in the basement. He's just out down there having the best time of his life. He's just looking at stuff and having a great time. Well, we were in the middle of cooking dinner, and the stove quit working, and it's an electric stove. And I'm like, oh, God, I got to go in the basement and fix that. So I didn't want to go down there, but the girlfriend's like, dude, the food's half cooked, blah, blah, blah. So I was hungry, and it smelled delicious, but it wasn't done. So pop open the door, and this house was built in the 1900s. Like, Garrett knows, obviously, because me and Garrett used to live there together, but this house was built in 1901
It was
or 1902.
actually ordered out of a Sears catalog.
Yeah, it was a Sears catalog home.
Yep.
It was ordered out of a catalog. They ordered it there, came in on a train, and then somebody put it up.
It was like Timu back in the day.
The breaker comes loose, so I go down there, and I'm like, have a flashlight in the dead of dark, and it's an unfinished basement, and it is just creepy. And I know that raccoon's down there somewhere, right? And so I had to unhook the breaker, hypothetically. I'm not an electrician, but I know my way around good enough to make stuff work. So I unhooked the breaker for the hot water heater, because a hot water heater don't pull as many amps as the stove, because if you turn that stove and the oven on at the same time, it pulls a lot of amps, trips the breaker. So I flipped those, and about that time I get it all put together and all that, and that little bastard snuck up behind me.
He did?
No, he was. You know how in the basement there's the one part that's really low, and then you got the crawl space that goes underneath the rest of the house?
Yeah.
And about that time, I get done, I close up the breaker box, and I look around, and there he is, and he just... And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, well, I want to go. And I mean, he was the fattest raccoon I've ever seen. He was this big. He was that wide. He was so fat. And he was just sitting there. And so
He's like, I wasn't expecting guests tonight. What are you doing down here?
I climbed back up the ladder and shut the door. And he got out like 3 days later, and I
just
put a
to-
little board over that side too.
Just to give this some context, because I'm trying to paint the picture for you, the basement at that house literally looks like a medieval dungeon. Like, it does not, like, you're sitting there thinking like it looks like, a suburban basement, but no, it's all dirt, and it's like this thick. It was built in the 1900s. Literally, you could shoot down there, and you would think that it was like medieval Europe down there.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Game of Thrones dungeon down there.
Yes.
Is what it looks like. And there's that massive boiler in there. There's this probably 1,000-gallon tank in the basement where you would put wood in or oil or whatever, and it would boil water, and then that water would turn into steam, and it would pump through steam radiators all the way throughout the house, and that's how it was heated back in the day.
I will tell you what, when you had a blowout back then with your heater, it was a lot bigger deal.
Oh, yeah, if your heater had a problem then, blow off the side of your house.
Yeah.
Used to be, I think, that they used to have problems with them boilers getting too hot and blowing the basements out.
You know whatever happened to the raccoon? Would you just leave him down there?
No, after like 3 or 4 days, I stopped hearing them, so I put a board up on the side. And
He's left?
No, he's back next door. He's in the neighbors.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, actually, this reminds me, because, like, in our town, there's, like, a lot of houses like this that, like, an animal will, like, take up residence because the raccoons moved next door, and then from our old shop, like our first one, they got broken into all the time. The people moved out, and a bunch of beavers moved in. So every day at work, you would just see a bunch of beavers walking across the street to go to their house that they lived in, or they got wood from. I don't know. But funny enough, that house ended up burning down. I don't know where the beavers went.
Yeah, he chewed. No, what happened was the fire department come down. He had chewed through the breaker box, and the house had caught fire from electrical fire. He's like, I don't know. That beaver's probably sitting there. It's like, that tree was shocking. All right. And the house burned all the way down. And then, like 2 or 3 weeks after the house burned down, I just see the beavers going back and forth. And they're like, wait a minute, there's no house. And then they go back to the river.
You know, I get curious of is if people are listening to this and they're like live in New York City or Los Angeles or like some big city, and they're like, "This is what it's like living in the country. This is like a small town living."
This ain't even in the country. This is just a small town.
Yeah, I know. I sent you over something that is a couple topic like to pull up. So this is in car related news. Hennessy just released the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 in the world. Meet the Hennessy Blackbird. Which
Damn, it looks sick.
It looks insane.
I don't like how it's got 3 vents on the side of it.
Where? It looks like it's got 4 vents to me.
No, look at the side of it. It just looks like they're like, yeah, how many vents do you want, boss? Yes.
Yeah, that looks pretty crazy.
Yeah, like it looks a little bit too much.
You know, one thing I was curious of is that AI is becoming so prevalent. Do you think that some of these like new car designs are like something where, you know, like is somebody over at Hennessy like sitting down like, all right, Google Gemini.
Make me a supercar.
Make me a supercar and make it totally wicked awesome and better than Ferrari. All right, go.
They upload it into a massive 3D printer and out it comes.
How much horsepower does it make? It says it is the most powerful naturally aspirated. Even if the car can only manage 280 mile an hour-ish, revs to 9,000 RPMs, it's a beautiful car. But the reason I bring this up is that I think the comment section on the forum I sent you, Parker, was very spicy because everyone had some very interesting opinions.
About the car or about Hennessy?
About Hennessy. Because
Oh,
I
look
don't
at the
really know
back.
much. Is that like...
Dude, the back looks sick.
All right, the comments.
The comments, the very first one on like Hennessy has just dropped like one of the most badass cars they've ever built. And the top comment is, Hennessy, no thanks.
No, it's is that John Hennessy's deal?
Yeah, well, I'm going to assume it's the same guy.
Yeah, but it's the same Hennessy.
But Hennessy's got a little bit of a controversial past because from at least what I've read here, it's essentially accusing a lot of different things about the company. Hennessy, just in case you guys don't know, Hennessy has started off as like a tuning / modification company. And when me and Westen had got a Raptor, we had got a V6 Raptor that we wrecked and rebuilt, and Westen wanted to add some extra power, so we called Hennessy because I'm like, oh, well, they deal with it all the time. And no hard parts besides for cold air intake. I think they quoted us $18,000 for a tune to get about...
No, that's right. That's what it was. $18,000 to put a tune, a cold air intake, and some boost tubes on a V6 Raptor.
Yeah.
So it'd make more power.
But
it was crazy. Oh, wait a minute. You know, I was just reading this. Didn't he have the thing where he took other people's parts to finish other people's cars?
That's what they're...
Yeah,
Parker, what do they got in
somebody's
there?
saying
You
that
want to give...
No, I wouldn't.
You want to give people a breakdown on what's in the comments, Parker?
There's just a lot of distrust from them, it looks like. I wouldn't trust some backwater scammy hacks like Hennessy with anything, let alone something like this. This person says, where's the 300 mile per hour run at, John? And then, yeah, there's something about the stolen parts here. Now with 75% more stolen parts from our customers' cars.
So they had a controversy a long time ago, which I don't know how much of this is all alleged, by the way, but they would take parts off of one customer's car to go complete other customers' cars' orders, which kind of sounds like a car Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what happens when you run out of new customers?
Yeah. You run out of parts. But then also, I think they came out and refuted this and said that they bought 2 cars to build 1 car. The truth is, I don't know. But what I do know is I saw this badass car, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder what everybody's saying about it. And I ain't seen nothing positive.
Well, you know what?
But also, this is Reddit, and I don't think there's many positive people on there.
No, not really. But you know the thing is the car's sick.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know a lot of people don't really like Hennessy for
2.5 million.
What?
What is that?
2.5
Can you read that for me,
million,
Parker?
I'll build some bitch next week.
I think that's a quote from the article it linked.
But also, so you have supercars, and then this is going into what they call like a hypercar. And to my knowledge, this is the only the appeal they have is this is the only American-made hypercar in the world. I don't think anybody, because none of the major OEMs here make a hypercar, and all the other ones are European.
This is saying that it is going to cost $2.5 million, and there will only be 71 of these things.
And that's a shame. I want an allocation too.
After 2 get crashed, it'll be 69.
So that's the thing I often wonder about, like what the appeal of getting something like, because you're paying.
But is it 2,000 horsepower or is it 850?
I know, that's what I was wondering.
Because
This says 850
yeah.
at 9,000 RPM.
But that, you know what it's in it? LS.
Is it actually?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You're joking.
Nope, it's got an LS in it.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Guys, I'm going to take a moment to do a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Square. Whether you're a new business starting out or an existing business keeping up with demand, Square is here to help you guys keep things running smoothly. Square is offering listeners up to $200 off on Square hardware when you go to square.com/go/all caught up and sign up. We have used Square for years whenever we go sell merchandise, and it is always just worked flawlessly. And let me tell you, I've had experience with other card readers, I've had experience with other things, and there was a lot of times that we had to just accept cash because we had no other option. Cards always read, app is easy to use, and it always works great. Square is offering 3 different kinds of plans now. They got the free, they got the plus, and they got the premium. And there's no hidden fees, no locked-in contracts, or surprising costs. So all you gotta do is decide what tools you need, and you can get more tools whenever you're ready for them. And Square makes you run your business more smoothly because you got payments, insights, and operations all in one place. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/all caught up. That's SQUARE.com/go/all caught up. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do.
Does everyone know that they're paying 2.5 million for a Corvette, basically?
Really fast
no way
Corvette.
there's an LS in it.
Yeah. There's no LS in it.
Why is it? The whole thing when they put that whole 71 is why is it like really, really rich people just like things that nobody else can have? Because you could buy this, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I got a Bugatti and a Koenigsegg, but my buddies have that. Now I need something nobody else can get.
Well, yeah, for them, it's also a fact we'll appreciate.
This is AI, but yes, the high-powered Hennessy Venom F5 hypercar uses a custom 6.6-liter twin-turbo Fury V8 engine built around an architecture derived from General Motors' legendary LS small block platform. That is crazy.
All right, never mind. Probably the best supercar ever. No,
Best
hypercar.
supercar ever made, I'll tell you that. You know, best hypercar ever made, goddamn LS in it. It's basically a Chevy Silverado.
So they're selling that for 2.5 million.
Look at this other car. It's called, I don't know how to say it. Tatara? Oh, that's it.
Oh, this is another. Oh, so there is more than just one hypercar that's American made, right?
This one's cool too. But this has got a 1,800 horsepower twin turbo LS in it. It's cool and all. The car's sick. Go back and look up Nelson Racing. Look at that motor.
Oh my God!
Look, it looks sick, don't it?
How much this one cost, Weston?
I don't know, but I know it looks sick.
It says it has a robotized manual 7-speed.
You mean an automatic?
What does that mean?
Roboticized. Is it an auto? No, it's roboticized.
It's roboticized.
You know what's
Go
bad is
back.
you spend $2.5 million on this, and you roll up, and somebody's like, dude, nice Corvette.
This car went like a crazy top speed. By the way, they've built one of these and did a top speed run.
Is that this car that did like the broke? I thought it wasn't actually they broke some sort of rules, or there was like a controversy. There was somebody that broke like a land speed record that was like, it ended up being invalid.
It is crazy that these hypercar companies are throwing built LSs
Because they work.
into McLaren bodies and being like, look what we made.
A hypercar. So basically, if McLaren had got a hold of an LS motor a few years back, the 720S would have been a 1050S.
Imagine pulling up to next to somebody in their Chevy truck and your $2.5 million hypercar and like, same engine,
Yeah.
same thing.
I mean, that's the thing, though, is a lot of these cars have the same engine. You know, the Lamborghini has an Audi V10 in it.
So obviously is it disingenuous to say like it's essentially the same thing, or have they done something
I mean,
dramatically different?
The block is the same. What they've done is they've taken the same thing that someone has at a drag strip, that they've got like a 5.3 liter LS out of a Silverado that's got a bunch of boost to it, and they've made it very, very pretty and gotten rid of like all the problems that you would have out of turboing like a stock deal. And also they got like some things on there that they really didn't have to do to make that kind of power, but they did just because it's cool, because like that right there's got all equal length headers going into the turbo, which, I mean, it's boost. You know what I mean? As long as the exhaust gets to the turbo, it doesn't matter. But it's cool. It's very cool. It does look cool.
Why
Looks
would you
awesome.
want it? Why would you want it all equal length headers?
There is probably a performance reason to do it, and it probably does make it perform better. But you could make the same amount of power out of that thing, regardless of whether you had a log manifold or a equal length header on it. You know, they're making 1350 out of that motor, which that's a 5.9 liter, so it's probably like a 6.2 that's been de-stroked so they can run more RPM. But they're making like, 1750 on ethanol or methanol. And then on pump gas, they're making 1350.
How much? So,
But I mean, it's still 1350 on 93 or 91 pump gas. That's still getting after it, but you probably didn't have to go that far into it. And then the top stuff, where it says all Tatara and all that, that's an air-to-water intercooler and stuff. And that's just to keep the intake temps and stuff down.
So how many horsepower the Hennessy one? What was it called? How much horsepower did it make?
They said somewhere that it made 2,000, and then if you're read
Naturally
further,
aspirated?
yeah, but then they said 800 because it's
Yeah.
got.
The NA version is 850. There's a twin turbo one.
Oh.
That's 2,000.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's the same motor. I think
If you were
Nelson
taking
Racing's has the same motor.
this car, would you take the? And also, they're also offering this in a manual. Would you take the twin turbo or the naturally aspirated one?
twin turbo,
Really?
yeah, more power is more power.
I know, but I feel like the naturally aspirated one would be more fun to drive.
Yeah, but if the turbos aren't working, it still does naturally aspirated.
He's got a point.
Like, the thing is,
Yeah,
here's how it works. Gas pedal on a naturally aspirated, to go really fast, you go, wong. On a turbo, you just go, wong. You just give it a little less.
Yeah.
Would you rather build a car with an LS because you can get this performance for a lot cheaper?
Okay.
Build.
This has some built-in reliability to it, but is
Well, how do we
for
know
$2
that?
million more, $2.5 million more?
We don't know. We don't know
guess
how
you're
reliable
right.
they are, because that's like a really common complaint with hypercar owners is they go out there and these companies build like 60 or 70 of these cars, and it's like they're not insanely reliable, and it's like, well, go figure. There's only 70 of them in the world, whereas like Ford, it's like there's 100,000 of them. Yeah, we're gonna figure out the issues with it pretty quickly.
You know what's wild with Ford, though? They built their supercar, which is the Ford GT. You're like, whenever you look at a Ford GT, a Lamborghini, a Hennessy, or any of these other cars, you're like, oh my God, they have to have all these special things. It's got to be a truly special. But it's not. It's a bunch of, the body is special. The suspension might be special. But all the other parts are just got from other people. Lamborghini has a V10 out of an Audi. That has a twin turbo LS or a natural aspirated LS. You know, it's just the Ford GT has a motor out of a pickup. Both of them do.
What about Ferrari?
Ferrari special.
I've heard people say Ferrari that when you go to Ferrari, you're buying an engine, a car just happens to come with it.
No, yeah. Ferrari builds their own engines. I think Bugatti builds their own engines too.
Yeah.
Bugatti's what's theirs? A W16 with four turbo.
Yeah,
Four
16
turbos on it?
liters, 4 turbos, 3 or 4 radiators.
Yeah, but that's just a beat my chest thing. Like if it has 4 radiators, because if you want to count that, like a lot of cars have a bunch. That diesel outside has 4 radiators, has an intercooler, it has a condenser, has transmission cooler, has an oil cooler, has a radiator. Has
but
5.
also Bugatti gets a lot of credit too, because when they like just announced what it was going to be, what it was going to be capable of, literally like back in the early 2000s, people said that'll never happen. It will that car cannot exist.
Yeah, but
so it was like literally like a marvel of engineering. Whereas now, it's all been figured out and everyone has essentially the same specs.
So we went back to LS.
Yeah.
So we went back to LS's.
Would you guys ever be interested in a car of that caliber?
I don't think I could.
No.
I don't think
I
would.
actually.
Do you know how many cars you can get for 2.5 million?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you're measuring it on fun per dollar, this is low on that list.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very low. Because also, you're never going to want
Like
to
if it was
use
sitting
either.
across the parking lot, would I walk across to go take a look at it? Sure.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's
But
a cool
But
car.
if you had 2 in front of you, there's a Hellcat and then there's this. And there's an open track.
Oh yeah, I'd probably take a Hellcat. Because the other thing too is, imagine you slide that damn thing into a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd probably be scared to even
dude,
use it.
that's the thing is like everything we have. I'm like, and some of it's very expensive. You know what I mean? Like we paid a lot of money for that damn V8 Beetle.
Okay.
But I'm still willing to go out there and send it. You know what I mean? Have a good time with it. But I just don't see the reason of having something so nice and so expensive that you can't actually use it.
I'm imagining the kind of clientele that have one of these.
They're not worried about it.
They're not worried about it. If they did slide into a wall, the more concern is that they're not hurt. Not so much that their wallet is hurt, because
I think if I slid down to the wall, I'd rather be just hurt. Because if I survive and I slid down into a wall, I'm going to be real sad.
you think this car, like, you mentioned something about appreciation. You think it, like, becomes worth way more money or less money? Like, cars like this. Hennessy's and that turtle thing and the,
The Turtle
Koenigsegg
Tatara!
and, not Panamera, Pagani's.
I don't think it is.
No?
I don't think it's an appreciating thing. The reason why I don't think it is an appreciating thing is it really depends. If you have a car manufacturer that comes out and makes one badass car, and then that's it, well, then you have a DeLorean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, another thing to consider, too, is you said 2,000 horsepower. Like, we went out to a racetrack at Hallett, and I'm like, could you even use 2,000, like, horsepower on that track?
No, but it's not designed for a roundy round. It's designed for a straight line, high speed deal.
Oh,
The damn thing's an airplane with wheels.
I guess it's true.
That's what it is.
I assumed it was meant to, like, you'd go around, like, a Nürburgring or something like that.
I mean, you could, but other cars, probably a Miata would go around it faster.
I don't think that'd be the case, would it?
I don't know. Miatas are impressive.
I know Parker's.
I mean, I would
Parker.
go everywhere faster.
Yeah.
Miatas. Dude, you know what's funny? Whenever the Z06 C8 came out, we were at NCM Motorsports Park in Bowling Green, and we got the chance to go around it. And I don't think I'm a slouch of a driver. I'm not a great driver, but I'm not a slouch.
Well, at that time, you've gotten a lot better.
I've gotten a lot better. I could go around it way faster now, right?
Chevrolet hired Westen to go test out the C8.
Yeah, so I went and tested it out, and I cruised around there. And then they took me for a ride with one of their test drivers, right? And he obviously went faster than my lap time because he did it every day. And I'm like, damn, that's quick. He's like, Miata would do it faster. It's like, what?
He did say that. That was
He's
true.
like, a Miata, there's a lap record around this track. It's not the fastest thing around the track, but the Miata lap record around this track is faster than I can get this C8 to go.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Because Miata's just never...
Who was driving the Miata, the Stig?
Must have been. The Stig's fat American cousin! But Miatas just never have to lift. They're so light and so nimble, they never let off the gas. They go straight out, everywhere, flat out, never let off. And they just get faster and faster. And what's it take them? A mile to speed up? Once they got it sped up, they're going fast. So it's wild to think that a 90 horsepower Mazda can go around most tracks better because also when you're driving a Miata, you got to be a hell of a driver, like to actually take it around a course.
Oh, I thought, well, don't you just keep your foot in it the whole time?
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like you have to be a really good driver. Like you take a Miata driver and put him into something that's got power and stuff like that.
Never driven a Miata.
Nah, me neither.
You guys want to?
We'll go drive a Miata after this.
I got a good one.
You got two.
I do have two.
I don't know if I'd fit in a Miata, to be honest. All right,
Gary,
so
you bought a Miata.
Yeah, you did.
yeah, that is right.
We can't talk about it because the video's not out yet, but you bought a Miata.
All right. In closing, that thing, awesome looking, but we'll never own one.
Nope. Never owned one. But it is also wild the fact that it still is just an LS.
Just like that NASCAR you're driving.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the other thing is like this thing has the same, probably pretty similar motor to that NASCAR that I got to ride in with Ryan Blaney. And a lot of you guys don't know what we're talking about, but NASCAR had us out for a show that they did called
On the Gas.
That was what it was called, On the Gas, with Ryan Blaney. And it was this deal where we went to
Also,
Indy.
super nice guy.
Oh, dude. He was, so we met him in Kansas at the Kansas City Motor Speedway when we was up there. And I had a chance to talk to him and a couple other drivers. One of the other guys, he's building a Coyote swapped Volvo. And they're just super awesome. Anyway, got the chance to go out there for NASCAR, do this show, and rode in the stock car, right? Now, I've been in a stock car for about 50 feet until it exploded. But when it actually gets out there, it is crazy because you don't really think about these cars, but this sumbitch went left and right.
No.
Yeah.
It was a road track.
They
too.
had it set up for road course. It went left and right. It went just as good right as it did left.
You want to pull up the video when you
was-
see Westen trying to get in the car?
No,
Oh,
let's
that's
not.
the part you want to watch?
That's the only. No, let's not look that up.
Let's look that up. Also, some behind the scenes, they brought Weston an Italian race suit. And in Italy, Weston don't fit in their clothes.
Good thing I'm not Italian. That's all I'm saying. I'd be running around naked.
Also, that day was insanely hot.
Oh, dude, it was.
I could tell because I was sitting up in this like glass suite.
Gears like I could tell because where I was sitting on the air conditioning, it was blowing really
Look
hard.
at what down there. Weston had towels all over me, sweating like crazy. To going out there and like getting in a NASCAR, like, did it at all make you want to be like, man, either A, I want to do this, and B, could I do it?
Well, as far as doing it, I did get, as long as they chopped the door off. As long as they chopped the door into
I like
the
how
stock
worried he
car.
looks.
You know, the thing is, whenever I got the opportunity to ride in, I realized a few things. For one, what I realized is it is insanely hot in those cars. It was 100 degrees out there that day, and I about bet it was at least 140, 150 degrees in that car. That's not an exaggeration. I bet you it was 140 degrees inside that car. It was so hot.
The wind
And-
didn't help.
Huh?
The
There is
wind-
no wind. No wind comes in at all.
Really?
There's no wind. I would have farted and there'd been more wind in that car.
How close did he get to the wall?
He got real close. He got right up against the wall. It was actually very, very cool. You know, it makes me really want to be able to go drive stock cars because it is an insane experience. And it's like it's a little bit different than anything else. You can still feel the car control and stuff like that, but whenever it steps out, like the G-forces from side to side was insane.
You know, I was watching a NASCAR race the other day when we were at the NASCAR track, and I noticed that there was like a lot of drivers that came from Las Vegas.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And I was very curious as to like why that was, like because you obviously see drivers and like obviously you see them, they're out there, they're racing, but how does people come from like I have an interest and I want to get into racing to I'm going to the show and I'm racing?
You know what I think a lot of it is? I think a lot of it is out in Vegas. They have a lot of motorsports going on out there. You know, for
Yeah.
one, and for two, you're in the desert, so you can just literally go any direction you want. And as soon as you get outside town, you can go as fast as you want. There's no speed limit. You can just go out there and go 100 mile an hour across the desert. Doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't see a sign, but I didn't assume you could.
I didn't know. Trophy trucks and stuff are out there testing all the time. They're doing over 100. You showed me that video you took when
Yeah.
you was there.
Well, I thought maybe they might just be out there. Oh, actually, that's right. There's actually like you go outside Las Vegas and it's literally like there's no laws. Like you just automatically just start walking up and people are shooting guns and you're like, what the fuck?
No, just having a great time.
Which you're not used to seeing that on public land because around here, you know, if I went out to the Winfield Lake and I just started shooting my guns, the police would show up.
Well, there is no truly public land here. There's public places like parks and things like that, But out there, everything's BLM land. You can basically go out there and do whatever the hell you want, and they're fine with it because there's millions upon millions upon millions of acres that no one's doing anything with.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah, hundreds of millions. All this here is all private land. Everything around here is private land. So when you grow up around here, and every place is fenced, and every place is no trespassing, and every place like that, and then you go out to Vegas or you go out to Utah, and you're like, who owns this? And it's like, no one. Government.
think that a lot of
just
the
take off. Go whatever direction you want. You're like, you mean I can just go? It's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Anywhere.
So you think a lot of the reason a lot of NASCAR drivers come from that area is because
Well,
they come from there and they also come from obviously in the South.
Yeah, North Carolina and Vegas. And Vegas is a big one, I think, because a lot of people out there get into motorsports and they get into driving. And car control kind of translates all the way across the board. If you know what car control is with a trophy truck, you're going to understand the basic mechanics of how a car is going to operate. And like Brian Deacon, for example, right?
Yeah.
He's
Some of the best race car drivers start with dirt bikes.
Yeah, because they very, very easily understand the dynamics of what's going on, right? Because when you're on two wheels, you have to understand it way more than you do when you're on four wheels. Look like Travis Pastrana, right? He can go out there and bring top 10 in Cletus's races every time. He's running, is he running ARCA now? Or NASCAR maybe?
He's in NASCAR.
Yeah.
He's in NASCAR. He's in rally.
Yeah, and I mean, because they just dominate. Like Brian Deegan went out there, and he was in the race that I was in, and everyone was scrubbing the front tire off their car. I mean, it was just, tire was gone, right?
What race are we talking about?
It was the Freedom 500 maybe that Cletus does. But my tire was almost gone. I had a little bit of tread in it after I got done. Brian Deegan's, 50, 60% tread.
Didn't you say that you kind of like...
And he won the race, by the way.
Didn't you say that like Vaughn Gittin, that he had like a little trick, or like a lot of the NASCAR drivers, that they would do something with the car to get their tires to last longer?
No, so what was kind of weird about it is, obviously, I've never done circle track like that, and especially asphalt circle track. I've driven the hell out of a Crown Vic. I drove a Crown Vic to high school, so I know my way around a Crown Vic. But whenever you come into the corner, you can come into the corner and the car will start to dive, and that right front tire is taking all the weight of the car, because as you're going in, the car is diving because you're braking and you're going in. So that front tire is and hanging on. So the more you turn, the car is not turning. The more you turn, the more it's scrubbing the front tire off, which means it's scrubbing all your tread off your tires.
So you need tires sooner.
But then I was following behind, I think it was Vaughn Gidden. I got behind him, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Kind of seeing how he drove it. Because every time he'd come in, he would stab the brakes, and the whole car would weight transfer, and then it would put all the weight on the back tire, because the back tire would start catching. And then I got an Indy.
When you hit on the brake, wouldn't it put all to the front?
It does, but it puts so much weight on the front that the tire actually grabs and doesn't slip. So the car dives on the front, and when it dives on the front, you got more weight on the front, which makes the car actually get traction and turn around the corner. And then when you dive on the front, you can get back on the gas, and it'll if anything, it'll step the outside out, step the back of the car out to the outside. So like in the one I ran, actually it was 2.4 hours of mullets, because they ran in that kidney mean. Whenever you come up out of the bottom and come to the top, all the cars would hit that and go, but then you'd watch the way Vaughn Gittin would do it. He'd stab the brakes, gas it, and he'd go through there with a power, and the whole back into the car would slide out, and it'd kind of power slide up out of the corner up onto the straightaway. So I watched that like 3 times. I'm like, that's sick. How do I do that? I know I won't win, but I'm here to have a good time. And then it got way better. You could just tell the car wasn't fighting itself nearly as bad. And then the best driving I've ever done is I stayed ahead of Tony Stewart for 15 laps at the Indy 800. That was basically the best driving I've ever done, ever. And it was awesome. And then he got around in front of me, and I'm just like, well, I'm just going to follow him. I know he knows where he's going. So I followed him, and then had a chance to talk to him after the race. Super cool guy. Just super awesome. He's just nice. We just talked about racing or whatever, and he's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I make YouTube videos and that kind of thing. Super cool. Only time I think I've ever geeked out about talking to somebody is when you talk like Tony Stewart.
Well, what do you do? Well, you see, I drive around in a backwards truck.
Drive around a backwards truck.
Please pull me over.
Please pull me over a lot. I build things that are jacked up and really tall, and yeah, that's about it. Eat lots of food, get fat.
Not now.
But no, it was It was definitely enlightening because you don't really consider. The other thing you don't consider is how much aerodynamics play into that.
NASCAR, I don't.
Is 90% aero.
Well, when you talk about aerodynamics, are you talking about like the little Crown Vic races?
I was talking about
or
the Crown Vic races.
The aerodynamics play a lot into that one too.
You could feel the car if you tucked out behind someone. If you were tucked in behind someone, you could get up there on them, and then as soon as you kind of got out, you could feel the car slow down because it started grabbing wind.
Really?
Yeah, but same thing with stock cars. You know, if you're leading the pack and you're running up front, right? You're burning the most fuel because you're running the hardest because your engine's at full throttle the whole time. But if you're in the middle of the pack, you're just kind of floating along at half throttle, and you're saving fuel. So the guys up front burn all their fuel off, then they got to go in for fuel. So it's, you know, the thing is with stock car racing, it's really way more than you ever think about just getting around the track fast. You can get around the track fast, but what happens if you run out of gas because you've used all your fuel? Or you've used all your tire?
We went to a couple NASCAR events this year, and it's the first time I've ever been to NASCAR. And the last 10 laps are some of the most exciting things I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, because that's
like the most exciting motorsports. Well, to be fair, it's about the only motorsports I've ever seen. Because I've seen drag racing and been to like some little events, but like big league, never been to a Formula One event. But the last 10 laps, and it's just like it's back and forth. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is exciting.
What about the Blaney episode? Do you have anything else, any other kind of cool insights about the
They need to install air conditioning in those things.
I thought
Ryan Blaney has the most gorgeous mustache I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty magnificent. And also, he gave us whiskey.
Oh, my God, he did. We looked like absolute degenerates rolling back up to the airport. We had 3 bottles of whiskey he gave us. Good stuff. Now we only have 2.
Well, you know what's bad is he said that we were the first people that was on the show that took the whiskey. And we took all of it. So he brought out, because he has his own, like it was a bourbon or whiskey? 10 runner.
10 runner, that's
10
it.
runner.
Straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay, it was whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
The name honors the historic number 10 car driven by his grandfather. So, like, do a lot of NASCARs, like, they just go back a couple generations and they've just been racing since they were kids?
A lot of times I think racing runs with the family.
Yeah, I mean, not in our family. We don't run.
The only thing that runs in our family is diabetes.
Yeah.
Good one.
Good one. Hold on, it's Mom. Should we answer it? Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast. Don't say anything bad.
Guys, later on in this episode, we talk about dieting and how being busy and traveling has taken a hit to my daily routine. But guys, I'm ready to eat some real meals again instead of the junk that I've been having while we're out on the road. And today's sponsor, Factor's been making it super easy even when we're on the road. Factor makes meals that are ready in 2 minutes without any prep or cleanup. And even when your days are busy and out of control, your meals still stay consistent. Factor has banned over 175 different ingredients that they don't want to use in their meals because they want to make sure you have high quality food consistently whenever you need it, wherever you need it. And every Factor meal is made around supporting a healthier lifestyle, which is really hard to find nowadays. Guys, eating Factor while we're out on the road makes me feel better and feel better about what I'm putting in my body. So guys, let's eat real food. Go to factormeals.com/allcaughtup50 off and use code allcaughtup50 off to get 50% off plus 1 free breakfast item per box for a year while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code allcaughtup50 off at factormeals.com, allcaughtup50 off at factormeals.com. See website for details.
Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast. Don't say anything bad.
Oh, okay. Well, would you like to go to church on Sunday?
Why are you being so fake?
Because I go to church every Sunday. How do you figure that's being fake?
Yeah, but all right. What are you doing?
I'm just checking on you. I love you. Goodbye.
She had something she wanted to talk about, and she's like, "Oh, never mind. We're not gonna talk about it." We should do a podcast with Mom.
I completely agree.
You know what we could do?
That'll be
We
our
could
longest episode for sure.
No, we could just set her in that chair, hit the records and the cameras. We could go to lunch, go take a nap, go to dinner, go play a round of golf, and come back, and she'd still be talking.
I don't like golf.
Racquetball?
What?
Racquetball?
Racquetball's a lot of fun.
Racquetball?
Yeah, you ever played racquetball?
Why is there so many different versions of tennis? Why can't we just play tennis?
Tennis
Because
is a lot of work. The
tennis
ball
is
can
a
get
lot of
away
work.
from you. Racquetball takes place inside of a box, so
And
the ball can never get
cannot
away.
escape.
So is that the same as pickleball?
No.
it's different.
See, that's what I mean. Like, why do we have all these different?
Because racquetball's the best.
Racquetball is good.
You know what's the best? Ping pong.
No,
no, that's
racquetball's
just
better.
small tennis.
Yeah, but it's better.
You got tennis, you got racquetball, you got pickleball, you got ping pong. There's probably another couple of balls I'm forgetting about.
Yeah.
What's
many.
Waffle Flat?
Waffle House?
No, that's the
That's
place.
your sport.
Yeah.
Dude, we're the grand champions.
We're grand champions of an all-star special, I'll tell you that much. Remember that one time that guy tried to rob us at the Waffle House on the north side of Oklahoma City?
No? Oh. Maybe. I don't remember too much. It depends what time.
We pulled into that truck stop, and this guy
He
stood-
said he swore, I'm not trying to rob you right now.
That's what he did. He walked in. I swear I'm not trying to rob you right now, but I need money for gas right now. You give it to me. And then Garrett was over there sleeping. And Garrett leaned up. He's like, you got the wrong drug, buddy. We ain't got no money. True.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And then you know what he did? Garrett leans up, tells him this, and then just walks back down. And I just put the truck in drive. I'm like, I wish you good luck, buddy. And then I just drove off.
I forgot about that. You should go after, yeah.
Oh my god, that was
It's like that case where, if you ever get robbed and they take your wallet and they're like, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry,
I'm
brother.
so sorry. I wish you well. Take this.
Man, you need a few bucks? It looks like you're rougher up than me. That was when we were dead broke, though. We didn't have no money.
Tell them about your birthday, Weston.
My birthday
Yeah.
went from 27 to 20. Oh, shit. No, I forgot about that. So, guys, for my birthday, right? First things first. I don't know if you know how birthdays work. But you go from 27 to 28 years old. That's how it works. And happened to be Chase Matthews and Jason Aldean were in town playing a show. So Chase came out to the ranch. We drifted around, had a freaking fantastic time, slid into a few barrels, and then we went to the show. And I'm standing side stage while Chase is on stage, and his tour manager grabs me and said, "Come with me." And I'm like, okay. And he starts leading me up the stage stairs, and he takes me out on stage, and Chase sang me happy birthday to the entire Intrust Bank Arena.
The whole arena sang happy birthday.
Yeah, the whole arena sang happy birthday. It was awesome. And then, I was actually surprised that many people knew who I was there.
I was standing in the back, so I couldn't really tell. Did most people be surprised that, oh my God, here he is?
Huh?
Did somebody be like, who's this guy?
Dude, the thing is, whenever you're on stage, right, the lights only let you see, the first 5 rows of people. So the rest was just black. You couldn't see out there. You didn't know if there was anybody even out there or not. But it was crazy loud. It was crazy loud. It was insane. And then the people around the bottom was like, "Shine my hand!" And he was right down there close to the stage, and they were just yelling and screaming. It was crazy.
You know what I can imagine when you look at that first 5 row of people is the guys are going absolutely fucking bananas, and then
the girls are just looking at the guys. Who is he?
Who is this
Who
guy?
is he?
Who is this guy?
No, it was cool. It was really cool. And then after that, after Chase got done playing, we went and started saying hi to everyone in the suites. And one of the suites had sweets in it, like cheesecake. Didn't get any. Looked at it. Okay, I got a piece.
Yeah.
You got a couple
All right,
pieces.
I had a piece. All right.
Weston likes cake.
WestonLikesCake.com. Don't be even talking to me. You went to the county fair and bought 2 cakes at the auction.
Who ate the cakes?
You took a bite too.
I took a bite and spit it out.
We turned around this morning. You were in there cutting cake.
Dude. Actually, this is actually a good point. How's your diet going, Weston? How is your weight? Up,
Aside
down?
for the cake, not bad.
How's the scale reflecting?
Oh, I don't get on that.
Well, how do you know how much progress you made?
I'll get on in 6 months. See, I did.
6 months.
No, dude, you got to do
Nah, because here's the thing. If I'm doing good, I don't want to think, damn, I'm doing so good, then I'll stop doing good.
Yeah, but what if you're not doing good and you need to correct something to do good?
But I'm probably doing good. No, actually, I did get on the scale this morning.
Okay. This
not-
feels like the beginning of a comedy.
It's not.
Jeez.
God damn. You're one to talk.
I know. What do you mean I'm going to talk?
The only way you know what you weigh is
No, my scale goes up to my weight.
Well, actually,
It's industrial.
I went down 9 pounds the last time I walked on it, and I've only went down 3 pounds since the last time I weighed. But I'm still down 3 pounds. But that's been 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks?
Yeah, so I've been down 3 pounds over 2 weeks.
You said you stepped on it this morning.
That's what I mean. 2 weeks ago was the last time I weighed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that since Since the first time we filmed, because it was a while ago, I'm down 20.
Oh shit!
Dang.
20 pounds.
What do you weigh?
Well, you don't ask a guy his weight.
What are you, a woman?
No, I'm a guy, obviously.
You know what we ought to do just to keep ourselves grounded in this, so we can't lie and we can't bullshit. We ought to get a scale here. We ought to weigh ourselves every podcast and see how we do.
I'm game.
Let's not do it today. I need some time to.
Well,
get
we also don't have the scale here.
Yeah, we need to. Get
But
the
next
scale.
time, I actually like that idea, and we'll have like a big thing that has the how much we're down.
But overall, like the biggest thing is I did f- up this morning and I had some cake, but I've been trying to stick to no carbs.
Cake is definitely a carb.
It's a very good carb. It's a fantastic carb, by the way. It's if you're gonna pick a carb, cake is the carb to get. But overall, like
I'll tell you what, I've learned more about dieting in the last like couple months than I have in my entire life. And
you
like I
judge other fat people.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you? Do you
Yeah,
walk by
100%.
and always like, at least I'm not that fat, you know?
Well, that's hard for me. There's not that many people that are really.
We're the same weight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, like when I walk in a room, I'm like, I'm the biggest guy here.
That's about self-confidence right there. See that? You just like, I know I'm the biggest son of a bitch here, you know?
No, I'm not talking about like just confidence. I'm talking
No,
about like
you
just,
got that fucking aura, dude. You're like, I'm the biggest man here.
I am.
I'm the biggest man. Who's the man?
And also just, factually speaking, also just the biggest guy in the room,
Yeah.
biggest man in the room.
Hell yeah.
Every once in a while, like, and I'll do this. Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm just, I seen this TikTok where this fat guy is like, well, at least I'm not that fat. And I was trying to think if I ever did that. And this guy walked by and I'm like, well, shit, at least I'm not that fat. I'm like, oh, I did it. I did the back thing.
I don't really ever think about it like, at least not like relating it back to me. It's more so of like,
Man, that guy's fat.
no, it's actually a little bit more like serious and sad the way I think about it, which is, well, you ever look at somebody and like that they're really, really big and like, I thought about somebody that was thin, and if they were like, you added 200 or 300 pounds on them, they literally just, their personality, everything
They're
about
not
it,
even the same person.
they wouldn't even be the same person, no. And that,
We're
and
not
it's-
the same people this weight as we would be if we were skinnier.
I know, because we were.
What was it? 3 years ago? Whenever I got, like, I was
Weston-
never skinny, but I got way lighter than I am now.
Yeah, Weston, you dropped like 105 pounds.
Yeah. I dropped a lot.
And you
of-
probably, like, from being actually, like, lean, had probably another 80 pounds to go.
Yeah.
80 to 100 pounds.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, the ability to get out, move around, stuff like that. Like, right now, I'm so heavy, my ankle hurts everywhere I walk.
Yeah.
It just hurts. And I
Which
have
your
to,
ankle would hurt even if you were light because you.
Yeah,
broke that.
I've got an ankle injury, and I've got a two slip disc in my back. So
Yeah.
every morning I have to get up and I have to stretch because after every night, like I'm locked up and I can't walk very good. So I go lay on the living room floor, and I just lay there for about 15 minutes. And after that, if I get up and walk around a little bit, then I'm fine. But
All the OGs will know this because we have a video way back in the day called "I Had an Accident." It's actually a really funny title.
It's not about Weston pooping his pants.
No, it's about Weston hurting his back.
I've got a theory, and it's not very scientific.
What's that?
My theory is if I look at an establishment to eat, and all the people walking out of it are fat, don't go in that one.
I feel like in America, that's just most places.
I remember I got a piece of advice on dieting is that it's not a case of like if you can do it, it's a case of if you'll do it. Like you
No.
can 100% do it. And then you read statistics, right? And they say like somebody that wants to lose weight, that's overweight, that it's like 1 in 300 will actually follow through and do it. Like it's actually super duper. Like chances are like 1 in 300.
Most people ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or won't stay all night. Like, what's interesting about that? You say the same guy gave you that advice. I remember you always say it's not what you can do. It's just will you or won't you. That's it.
Yeah.
Will you do it or won't you do it? Because you can do anything, and you can do something, you can fail, but will you do it or won't you do it? And I had this guy walk up to me at the gas station, and had a conversation with him, and he was talking about basically, he's like, what you've achieved is awesome. and I want what you have. I want your life, blah, blah, blah. And then he proceeded to tell me all the things he couldn't do. He's like, well, I can't really get a job because I can't get my car, and I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I can't do this next thing and next thing and that. And I'm like, I get situations put you in a bad position, but the only thing the guy told me is all the shit he couldn't fucking do.
Can't never did anything. Can came along and did it all.
That's what Grandma always said. But the thing is, right, is genuinely everyone sits there, and I just told him, like, all you got to do is find, like, the first step. Literally, all that matter is you find the first step to get the life you want, and you take that step, and then you take another one, and you take another one, and you take another one. Every marathon is not won by the guy jumping to the finish line. It just took steps to get to the end of the race.
I think a lot of like success comes down to volume, like how much is something you want to do. Like people that are really good at something, go figure, they just do it a lot.
Yeah.
Like Elvis Presley, most famous musicians of all time. He recorded like 700 or 1,000 songs, but of those 1,000 songs he recorded, only like less than 10% of them were hits.
Yeah. But he did so many of them, and he put in the work that it did well.
Yeah. Same thing with like if you're Michael Jordan, you're a basketball player. He took, how many practice shots did he take? If you're a musician, or even if you're a YouTuber, right? Like best piece of advice if you ever want to become a YouTuber is go make a bunch of bad videos. Like they're going to be bad. But you need to make like a bunch of them to eventually get to the good stuff. Because if you don't make some bad stuff, then you'll never find the good.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, you know, even coming from where we started, we failed a lot.
Yeah, that's the difference between somebody that is a loser and somebody that's a winner. Is that a loser will start losing and they'll just stop. A winner keeps losing until he eventually wins.
No, yeah, you got to keep, like, our first, like, official business we started. Not going to say it. It's pretty cringe now to think about it, but all things considered,
we did a holiday lighting business.
We did a holiday lighting company.
That's
it's not
not a
that
bad idea.
It's not that cringe, but it actually, and to be fair,
We got a couple clients. We made a little bit of money.
we did get a couple clients.
But it was
and
kind of bad because you look at our figure, and you're not like, these are the guys I want getting on top of my roof.
these
to
are
put
the
lights
guys
on.
you want on your
Come on,
roof.
get up there.
Yeah, get up there. And you know what's funny is I had a bucket truck from when we used to cut trees, and Garrett.
So to get business, I had made a bunch of pamphlets that we go around and hand
2,500 pamphlets to put in people's mail, put
and
on
then
people's
like
doors.
I had corrected it in the software because
Sure you
like
had.
I'd misspelled a word in there. Instead of saying bucket truck, I said a bucket tuck, and I had changed it, and then I handed it off to print, and apparently the save didn't change.
That's what happened.
So I had all these
How
things.
many
and then
times have
Westen
titles been misspelled on our videos?
Hey, those are the ones that do good. They do
Sometimes
good.
you don't got time. You know?
Yeah, you
right.
ain't got time.
Hey, I only went to 7th grade, so don't give me too much grief.
No, I know.
I'll tell you what, there was this one house that came up, and the roof, I'd never seen such a steep roof in my life. Like, it literally, like, this is the roof. Like, imagine, it's just like this. I don't even know how you can qualify it as a roof.
It was a
I've never
wall.
seen, it was a wall.
It was a wall of a ceiling. Is what it was.
And then we show up to, like, look at it, and the lady is just not looking like this is going to be the person she picks. You're like, you guys got insurance for yourselves? When you fall off my roof and break your neck?
She didn't get us.
No, we didn't get that one.
we didn't
I
get that
wasn't
one.
too sad about it either, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get that one. But we did get some, and then we did everything. It didn't matter. We did anything we thought we could do. We did it.
Yeah.
Cut firewood, cut trees, put up holiday lighting, sell cars. Hell, I mobile mechanicked out of the back of my F-250 for like a year, of just like putting people's starters and stuff on, and you can make good money at that. Like we're just running around. I'd put starters on, alternators, radiators. It's not what you can or can't do. It's whether you will do it or you won't do it. And if you won't do it, that's fine. But if you will do it, be willing to go out there and fail. You're going to fail. And failing is the best thing you'll ever do. Because you'll at least learn something from it. And then you're going to fail again. And you're going to learn something from that. And you're going to fail again. You're going to learn something from that. I've seen this quote. Success is like an iceberg. You see the part that's on top. You don't see all the bullshit that's underneath the water.
It sounds like you need to take the same advice for dieting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was coming back to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of damn work.
But you can do it.
I'm not saying I can't do it.
He's failed tons of times.
I've
Yeah.
failed tons
Surely
of
We
times.
keep trying.
I don't know if I've learned something from every failure of dieting, but I've learned a few things. I've learned just a few things because everyone's dieting perspective is unique to their own. It's unique to them. And what works for them, it will be what works for them, and it might not work for a single other person in this world. You might say, I'm only going to eat badly whenever I see a pink car outside.
Yeah, I realize a lot about with me is that there's so much stuff that's subconscious, and I read a book about this, that like the habits that you want, you need to make your environment conducive to that. So, for example, if you want to learn how to play guitar, if your guitar is up in the closet somewhere on the third shelf, you're not going to become as good of a guitarist because it's not out. But if you have it like right there in the living room, you'll just naturally play it a lot more. Or, for example, if you want to be on a diet and you have Oreos and chocolate cake and all these different things around you, it's not conducive to losing weight. So, like, a lot of the stuff is just...
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. Or that you just see something and, like, it sparks you to want to... Like, at my house, I have almost everything is, like, I'm an ingredient house. If I want to eat something, I got to really be committed because I got to get it. I got to cook it.
You gotta make it. Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of quick grab and eat type of items purely because it makes me have to stop and think for a second. Do I really want this? Mm-hmm. Well, I was in the garage the other day, and I noticed that Chris on his computer is drawing up something that looks like it will likely get the feds called to our doorstep.
Again?
Again, yes. Because it looks armored. It looks very military-esque. It looks very top secret.
Oh, no. You know why it looks that way? Because it is.
And then also I go out in the yard and there's what, AR-15?
No, that's a gun.
Yeah.
AR-500 steel
There's
plate.
AR-500 steel
Do
in our
you
yard.
know how hard it is to get a semi-load of AR-500 steel plate?
I can imagine.
It's difficult. It's difficult, but I figured it out.
Also, apparently you could only order so much because
You can only get it in 14,000 pound increments. So we got 28,000 pounds of AR-500 plate now.
and you're probably wondering, oh wow, what is this thing that they're building that is built like so? Just so you guys know, AR-500 is literally the same stuff they build like
MRAPs out of.
MRAP, yeah,
Yeah.
bulletproof.
So I'll tell you this: we've got one door completed. Yeah, see, that's what an MRAP is. Yeah. So we've got one door.
The thing that I saw on Chris's computer looks a little more violent than that thing.
Oh yeah, way more.
Yeah,
Way more violent.
it looks like that when it comes out or gets built, they might have to like either have a DLC or delay GTA 6 because they need to put it in there.
Well, you know, it would be
Sorry about that,
It
guys.
would be overpowered.
Yeah,
Rockstar Games, if you're watching this, it'd be OP. You couldn't do it.
Well, that's why they kept delaying it. They're
Yeah,
waiting,
that's
they're
right.
waiting for us.
They're just waiting. Hey, guys, we have the modeling and all the design work, so you go ahead and put it. You want to know something? We've built one door. Has 4. We built one. How much do you think one door weighs?
I seen the door. I think it has to weigh at least 200 pounds, 150 pounds.
750.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yeah.
No way.
It's full. It's filled.
You know, the
Full
other
of
thing.
concrete.
Are you freaking joking? I saw Chris when I was talking to him about this project that he was talking about like putting a gas chamber on the door in case it flipped over, so you're not trapped inside
So
of it.
no, we
So
actually
that,
have.
like if the door like
Oh, it would like blow off.
so like it would like he could lift it up off of it if it ever rolled
So the
over.
door
Yeah.
will weigh. That door weighs about 750 pounds. So if what we're building rolls over, the door will be so heavy you won't be able to open it. So we've got air hydraulic rams that you can hit a button and it'll pop open the door. That way you can get out of it. And it's also got a safety hatch out the ceiling that's on. I think we had to end up putting like 15 gas shocks on it for it to actually get enough leverage for it to lift it.
Oh my gosh.
So, but it'll take 2 or 3 people to push it down and close it. It's crazy.
Seriously?
No, it'll probably hold all the way. It might stop a 50 cal, maybe. Might.
Really?
Any small arms, done. Stopping it. 308, 7x6.2.
In case you're wondering if somebody's
9
going to
mil.
be shooting at this thing, we don't think so.
But if they did, I haven't even talked about the ballistic glass. It's gonna be that thick.
Do you want to tell them what exactly we're talking
Nah.
about? No?
You'll see it.
I got this thing pulled up.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
Oh no, you see this
Can
a
you
bunch
actually-
of bullshit.
Can you play this video? I found a clip here for Westen to watch, and we're going to see what he thinks about it.
that a flock
77-year-old
camera?
man staged a one-man protest against flock camera blocking its view by a 12-foot pole.
And you got the boys out here protecting it. They got like, I don't know, $1,000 worth of gold? Yo, what's your name? I'll come bail you out. Carl Dunn? Gun? Gunn? If you hit the county, I'm coming to bail you out today. Fuck the flock cameras. And fuck you for not standing up for us.
So you know what that's all about, right?
What is a flock? Why do they call it a flock?
It refers to Flock Safety, the technology company that manufactures the automated license plate reader.
So just FYI, so a flock camera is,
It's-
based on what I just read there, is a camera that reads your license plate and tells
It's
you.
an AI-powered camera that reads your license plate. But not only does it read your license plate, it can identify a bunch of things. It can identify who's driving a car. It can identify what stickers are on the back of it. What it's got access to and what it can do is insane, right? And the thing is I'm pretty sure a lot of this information that are getting gathered up by these flock cameras go to private companies, and then the private companies can use them for law enforcement or whatever. I even think that you can type in and see where all you've driven your own car. Like, you could probably type in your G-Wagon and see where your G-Wagon's driven it all around.
It does seem very dystopian.
So,
And also, I remember this was a big thing happening in China, is that China was putting up a lot of cameras everywhere that essentially tracked all of their citizens wherever they go. And then they implemented what they called, like, in America, you have a credit score so you can get financing and stuff. Well, in China, they started implementing a social score. So, and based on those social scores were depending on, like, where you could potentially go. And they were also tying it to these cameras, so they just tracked their citizens. But it's very dystopian, and also they're going to start tracking you every single place you are.
well, you know what's bullshit about it, right? I get the point of they say, oh, we want them for, like, catching stolen cars and Amber Alerts and all that shit. But what's bullshit about it is it's not... The best way to put it is it's unconstitutional. Because you're spying on your own citizens, for one, right? And then I think it's I don't remember a whole lot of this, right? But is it the Fourth Amendment that protects you from unlawful searches and seizures?
Yeah.
Well, technically, this is a search because they're searching for license plate numbers and they're collecting all this data. There's no warrants. There's no nothing. They can access all this information without anything. They can just, you know what? It's Tuesday. Let's see where this person's driven or where this car's gone or anything.
Also, another thing, I remember someone saying a long time ago that it all depends on how they want to enforce the law. That you could be driving down the road with a brand new car, brand new truck, trailer, whatever the case is, and if they want to pull you over, like just based on the enforcement they want to, they can, for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
So it just depends on if, like, even you could not necessarily be doing nothing wrong. It just depends on whether they want to give you a hard time about things or not.
And that's the thing, right? You know, there's a lot of good law enforcement officers. They pull over when they have probable cause. But most of them pull over and then find probable cause. They're like, well, your seatbelt wasn't on, or you were speeding, or this, that, or the other thing, you know? And it's
been a slippery
it's
slope.
also the fact that they don't have any probable cause to take all these license plates and take all this information, because you know what's bad? There is a 2-lane road here that gets hardly no traffic that has a fucking flock camera on it here in this town. There's
serious?
14 in this town.
But aren't they selling the data? No, my phone number, I get a phone call 3 or 4 times a day about some sort of financing or this, that. Which means my phone number has been being sold over and over and over again for businesses that are trying to do financing. And so all this stuff that they collect on you where you drive around, there's some sort of company, no matter what the data is, a phone number or any sort of interest that you have, there's a company that makes money off this, and they'll buy the data. So this data
you know what
is
else
worth...
is wild?
What?
I haven't looked up nothing, right? But I was talking about Sprinter vans. just talking about them a while back. And my girlfriend's phone started recommending her Sprinter vans. She's never looked up a Sprinter van once, never had any freaking reason to look one up. But I was just talking about it. We were driving down the highway. I'm like, oh, man, I really want a Sprinter van or this. This is before we built the school bus. And she's like, why does my phone keep popping up all these damn Sprinter vans now? This thing is listening to you constantly. Listen for every single thing that you're talking about. And it identifies keywords, and then it markets to you off what you say.
It's becoming very dystopian.
It's weird.
And also, it's such a slippery
Did I
slope,
tell
too.
you? No, go ahead. I have a point to make, though.
It's such a slippery slope, too, because you go back 25 years, and the idea of any of this stuff, people would have lost their freaking mind. Because back then, even like before 9/11, they had this whole Patriot Act that they passed because 9/11 happened. And it just, year after year after year, it's a slippery slope of your freedoms and your privacy is being
pushed a
invaded.
little further and a little further and a little further. Next thing you know, you look up and you don't know where any of it went.
But there are countries that push back against this, like France.
Oh, France. They
is
revolt over anything. They put up
is-
speed cameras. There's videos of them ramming speed cameras over.
Is that France's national pastime is protesting. That's the thing they have the most fun in the world doing is protesting. But then I figured out this last summer, also, they don't have air conditioning, which makes a whole lot more sense. We have air conditioning. We don't want to go outside.
I'll tell you what, if all the air conditioning in the U.S. quit, there'd be some goddamn protest.
I've also never really understood what peaceful protesting ever actually did. I maybe I just don't understand, but I really don't.
Oh.
But when the truckers all got together and they decided they're going to park their trucks and not go nowhere, that caused problems.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah. And they tried to do it in America, but it got shut down. And also those protests, people actually ended up breaking into. This has been covered over and over again, but the way that the people were able to afford to stay there is people started sending them money, so the government started freezing their accounts. But they also promote the fact you can peacefully protest, which is go stand on the sidewalk, don't disrupt anything, it's all fine. Which that doesn't do anything. Like, realistic, if you want change, you have to be disruptive and be a pain in somebody's ass in order for them to want to do something about it.
It's actually funny you bring this up. I was watching Clarkson's Farm last night.
Yeah.
And he went to a protest in London about, I guess their prime minister or whatever, Rachel Reeves, whoever she is. She was going to put a 20% inheritance tax on all farms over $1 million or more, £1 million. And they were going to protest about it, and they were speaking about it, and they did it all peacefully and all that. But it was just kind of interesting to see it because,
just also FYI, when it comes to farms, is that to do a 20% tax on all farms would literally kill farming.
It would kill every farm. Yeah.
It would kill farming because a lot of farmers, they have all their money tied up in land, and land is so expensive that you would force them to have to liquidate some of the land, the very business that they have, in order to pay the taxes, and the kids will typically work on those farms from the time they're a kid all the way till they're 50, and their parents eventually
Well, that
pass
was an
away.
interesting thing. One of the guys that was talking at that protest, his family had farmed a piece of property and raised cows for 195 years on the same property. 195 years. And if that, I don't know, I didn't follow up. This was in 25 whenever this happened. But if that went into effect, he would have had to sell his farm to pay that 20% tax. That 20% inheritance tax.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of interesting. And, you see about it.
Because in America, they don't have that. I think that they have something that exempts farms.
Yeah. You know what's funny is you talk about how much, dystopian it's getting and how much, what do you want to say, privacy is being taken? Did I tell you guys, and I think I might have mentioned this, our F-350 broke down, our King Ranch, right?
Yeah. Actually, almost our entire towing fleet has broken down over the last week and a half.
Yeah, well, some of them are still going. Raspberry's still getting after it.
And
Anyway.
like I said, our tow fleet.
Anyway, our F-350, a 30,000-mile Ford King Ranch, broke down. High-pressure fuel pump went bad. Called the Ford dealership, and I said, hey, is this thing still under warranty? Can we bring it in? That kind of thing. They're like, oh, yeah, you can bring it in, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what's the last date of the VIN? Gave him the last date of the VIN. He's like, oh, yep, I see right here. It's got a low fuel rail pressure code. I'm like, how'd you know that? I didn't tell you that. That truck is connected to the Ford database. And that truck is connected to Ford computers. So they can look up that truck and see what's wrong with it, where it's at, all the information about it at any time. It was sitting at our shop, in our parking lot, and they were watching the live data as it was trying to start.
Yeah. But also, it's because the data is so incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
Like all them. I don't know if it's with Ford, but I know with Tesla, all them cameras, all that stuff is capturing data. It's what made Tesla so valuable, and also they're having an arms race to see who can make the first self-driving car, and they're taking all your data, and that's where the gold is at. The gold is in that data of your personal privacy.
What's also wild about this, right, is these cars, I don't care what anybody says, they have the ability, whether it be a Ford truck, an Expedition, a Tesla, any of them. And who knows if they're doing it or not. You know, with Tesla, they probably are. But even that Ford truck, it's got cameras all the way around the entire truck. It's got cameras pointing at the driver. It's got cameras out the windshield. It's got cameras on the mirrors. It's got a backup camera and a forward camera. Most new cars come out with a 360-degree camera system, right? And also, you're telling me that they're hooked to 4G LTE. They're hooked to internet. So you're telling me these trucks 100% have the capability to take that camera feed and feed it anywhere.
Yeah.
And to take all that camera feed and all that data and all that stuff and take it back to servers or wherever the hell else they want to take that information.
That's worth money.
Yeah.
Your personal data, where you go, what you buy, what you like, what you look at, where you go, it's all worth money.
Yeah.
All that data is worth something.
And the more you think about that and the more you get around that, the more I like a square body. Because like, what are they gonna find out about that? I'll tell you what, you boys ain't gonna know shit about my distributor and my carburetor.
No, just a flock camera that follows your old square body around.
Well, good luck. I don't have a tag on half the shit I drive.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching the All Caught Up podcast. I think that'll be the end of the episode. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Yeah, if you guys like the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We will see y'all next week.